let's jump right in. Today, we're unpacking a comprehensive end-to-end playbook for mastering the modern job interview. I've taken the absolute best advice from top career experts and distilled it down into the exact blueprint you need to crush it. We're talking everything from that first virtual screen all the way to securing your final compensation package. Let's do this. So, I want to start with a kind of provocative question. Why do incredibly qualified, brilliant candidates completely bomb their interviews before they even utter a single word? Well, the harsh reality of hiring today is that so many candidates crash and burn simply because they don't prep their digital space. They just assume a casual Zoom setup is fine. And honestly, it costs them the job. All right, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the perfect video setup, pre-interview prep, how to totally nail behavioral questions, the art of the follow-up, and finally, negotiating your worth. Let's kick things off with part 1, the perfect video setup and controlling your digital first impression. Okay, so digital eye contact is wildly unintuitive. If you stare at the interviewer's face on your screen, which, let's face it, is exactly what our human instinct tells us to do, you're actually breaking eye contact. To the person on the other end, it looks like you're staring down. You've got to actively train yourself to look right into that little webcam lens. That is how you create a real connection. Next up is lighting. And honestly, this is the single highest leverage visual tweak you can make. If you have a window right behind you, you're going to get this dark silhouette that makes it look like a hostage video. It totally undermines your presence. Instead, put your main light source, whether that's a window or just a desk lamp, directly in front of you. You'll get flattering, clear light that says, hey, I'm prepared and I'm fully engaged. Now here's a secret. Audio actually matters way more than video. You can absolutely survive a slightly blurry picture, but bad audio? No way. Check out this tier list. A USB mic or a wired headset, those are your absolute best bets. Wireless earbuds are okay, but you're risking a dead battery mid-sentence. And please, I am begging you, do not use your built-in laptop mic as your default. It literally picks up every single keystroke and room echo. It's incredibly distracting. The thing you really need to remember is that tech will eventually fail. It's gonna happen. And how you react to it is actually part of the interview. So audio drops, just switch to your phone immediately. Video freezes, kill the camera and keep going on audio. Calmly executing a backup plan without panicking actually scores you major points. It shows them you've got grace under pressure. Moving right along to section 2, pre-interview preparation and building your foundation before the call. Solid prep really comes down to 3 core things. First, you've got to research their strategy. And I don't just mean skimming their website. Read their recent press releases so you know exactly what their current priorities are. Second, really dissect the expectations of the role. And third, prep some thoughtful questions. Like asking, what does success look like in the first 90 days is brilliant because it shows you're already thinking like an employee rather than just an applicant. You also absolutely have to prepare for the inevitable. So, tell me about yourself. Here is the rule. Do not recite your entire life story. Instead, craft a tight 30 to 60-second North Star pitch. You want to focus strictly on your unique mix of skills that actually apply to this specific role. And definitely practice it out loud so it sounds natural, not like you're reading a script. All right, section 3, mastering behavioral questions, which is all about proving your past performance. Interviewers absolutely love behavioral questions. You know the ones, they're designed to see how you've handled tough decisions or crazy challenges in the past. The whole logic here is that your past behavior is the single best predictor of your future performance. So to ace these, you need a bulletproof framework, and that is the STAR method. When they throw a behavioral question your way, just structure your story like this. First, lay out the situation. Give them the context. Next, what was the task or the big challenge you were facing? Then, detail the exact action steps you took. And finally, and this is absolutely the most important part, share the results. Give them the measurable data and the metrics to really prove your impact. Let's look at section 4, the art of following up and sealing the deal post-interview. 24 hours. That is it. That's the maximum window you have to send a post-interview follow-up email. You really want to strike while the iron is hot and the conversation is still totally fresh in the interviewer's mind. Take a look at this quick excerpt from Harvard Law School's Career Resources. It's brilliant because it hits all the right beats perfectly. It expresses gratitude, it brings up a specific thing you talked about to prove you are actively listening, and it clearly reiterates that you are super excited about the position. To write your own, just follow this anatomy. Show appreciation for their time, call back to specific conversation points, confirm your ongoing interest, and invite them to reach out if they need anything else. Oh, and a quick pro tip, if you had a panel interview with a bunch of different people, definitely take the time to send a personalized note to every single participant. Which brings us to our final section, number 5, negotiating your worth and getting the compensation you deserve. But before we even start talking numbers, we've got to address the ultimate high anxiety question, right? When exactly should you bring up salary? Because if you bring it up too early, you just look presumptuous. But if you wait too long, you might end up wasting everyone's time. The golden rule here is just patience. Wait until at least the second interview, or better yet, just let the employer bring it up first. Do not put your salary demands in your cover letter, and definitely don't force the issue during a quick introductory phone screen. First, you make them want you. Then you talk money. And hey, don't just fixate on the base salary. You've got to look at the whole picture, the total compensation package. If they tell you the base pay is rigidly locked, don't just walk away. You can absolutely still negotiate for a signing bonus, extra paid time off, a hybrid remote schedule, or even a stipend for your home office. Value is so much more than just that base paycheck. When you are finally ready to negotiate, stick to these rules from the pros at Robert Half. Number 1, do your market research so your ask is actually grounded in real data. Offer a salary range. Never lock yourself into a single number. Discuss that total package we just talked about. Make sure you back up your counteroffer with solid reasons. And above all, never, ever bluff about having fake competing offers. It will absolutely backfire on you. All right, the crucial point to remember to cap off this whole process. Once you've crushed the negotiation, get it all in writing. Your compensation, your exact job title, your start date, all of it needs to be documented in a formal offer letter before you even think about resigning from your current job. Well, we have covered a ton of ground today, from tweaking your webcam lighting all the way to negotiating your PTO. You are officially armed with a structured, end-to-end playbook. So I'm going to leave you with this. What is the very first step you are going to take today to prep for your next big career opportunity? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy interviewing.